Dave here yet again for another... What was the ghost sign? He pointed at me.
And Dave has been fired from the live show officially.
The producer said when I point, go. I went.
No, the producer said when he points, play the music. I played the music.
I heard go. Anyway, guys, welcome back for another show. Jenna's back.
Yes.
Came out of quarantine. Last week's show kind of fell apart because she wasn't here to supervise.
Dave is... We love Dave, but he has a really hard time...
setting up and producing live shows.
Yeah, he went over all his planned topics in like 5 seconds last week.
Hey, it was really efficient. Anyway, we're sort of revamping what we've done last week in a speedy way, I'll say, and going over more news topics that we found throughout the weekend. And soon enough, we're going to change the format of this a little bit more. You guys are going to love it, so stick around for Social Blades YouTube channel.
Basically, what's going on is there's only so many YouTube topics you can cover. And so we decided that we'd kind of get into stuff that we're more interested in, that we think you guys will be more interested in as well.
It also doesn't help that as soon as we talk about a topic, the next week, YouTube wants to remove it.
Right? We talk about it, and then all of a sudden the feature's gone, and we're going,
yeah,
what do we do with the video now?
We just keep it there and hope that nobody recognizes that it's gone. That works.
Okay, so what is wrong with this page? Okay, there it goes.
It's YouTube.
All right, I don't know if you guys have noticed, they changed the watch page for live shows.
It's like underneath it towards the right.
Yeah, so now the chat isn't beside the video anymore, it's underneath it, which is really, really irritating.
Is it because it's not full screen window?
Well, no, even when I do a full screen window, it doesn't do that. So not sure what's going on with that. Definitely not a change I'm loving, but...
For those that live stream on YouTube, let us know what it looks like for you, because that's a weird change. It's to the right, but underneath. And
yeah, but even you guys who are in the chat, I mean, is that... Like, I can't imagine. How do you, like, scroll down far enough to type in the chat and still watch the live show?
They're not going to see my lovely face. Or lack of hoodie.
Or lack of hoodie, right? So
we watched the pre-show comments.
The pre-show comments, there was some sort of betting pool going on. Thank you, Driver Films, for starting that, on what color hoodie Dave was going to be wearing today.
Sporting this nice polo. Sorry to disappoint.
Yes.
Now you get to sort of focus on that. What polo is Dave going to wear next week?
Okay, so apparently this change isn't for everyone. I'm the only one who's seeing it, apparently. So other people are commenting that they're still seeing it on the side. So,
wait, scroll back up. I got an interesting thing. Not in the chat, I mean the page itself.
Here we go.
Try that button over there that makes it smaller.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, fixed it. So the left of the full screen button, there's one that makes it a little bit larger, and that kind of slides the chat down. Figured it out.
Yes.
YouTube, you might want to remove that feature now we've talked about it.
So let's talk about a new feature that YouTube has rolled out that honestly has been a long time coming. And this came out about a week, 2 weeks ago. We've kind of waited to see if it was really rolled out or if it was just one of those beta, we're just kidding, we're going to take it away type things. And it is the ability to transfer your YouTube from one Google Plus profile or page to another without having to get Google officially involved anymore. They do have the ability to do that now.
Interesting. So that's nice if you like sort of want to change your page or whatever and you sort of thought, hey, this isn't the real focus anymore, right?
Yeah, well, the reason you'd want to do that is if you have your YouTube channel attached to a Google Plus profile, you cannot add a channel manager. But if you have connected to a page, you can add a channel manager.
I might have to do that then.
Yes. The problem is, if you transfer from a profile to a page, you lose all your comments.
Oh.
You lose your custom URL.
Whoa.
I mean, you lose a whole bunch of stuff.
Here's the good thing. Here's 20 bad things that are associated with it.
Yes. So, which makes sense because your comments are pretty much kind of controlled by Google Plus anyhow. So
thoughts on Google Plus, people? Give your thoughts.
If you have a newer channel, and you have accidentally connected it to a profile instead of a page, switch it over to a page now before it gets to the point where you don't want to change it. So, Mike Grievous Official's asking why views have lag on 301 views. That has been around for a long time. That is very common. Whenever you hit basically 301, I don't know why it's not 300.
YouTube thought it would look
I guess.
cool.
When you hit 301 views, basically you have to wait while YouTube does a brief audit of those views to make sure they're all legitimate. And then when you catch up, it goes back.
Yeah, it happens at a few points, but 301 is the most common. In fact, there's a little help bubble, I think. You click the little question mark and it explains it.
Yep, we have Lucozade321 asking what's the best cheap camera to recommend.
Cell phone.
Well, I mean, that depends on what you're filming.
Maybe a Fisher-Price camera.
Actually, those are more expensive than like a Samsung point and shoot.
Oh my goodness.
I have children. I've looked into this. Driver Film says Google Plus sucks. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. So besides that, we pulled out some different news items that just kind of have happened in this past week that we thought were really interesting. Not all like specifically related to YouTube, but all techie stuff. One thing that Dave totally found that was really interesting was this camera. You want to tell them about it?
Yeah.
This was not a cheap camera.
Oh, definitely not a cheap camera. So the deal is that cameras normally require either being plugged into a wall or run on a battery.
Yes.
There's an interesting thing that has been changed, and it was sort of an experimental thing. They turned the image sensor, which normally converts light into a very specific code of data in mathematical format, or power, I should say, into power of math, right? They turned it into something that converts it to electricity so that it can be recorded and replayed back. They turned it into basically a photocell, but they did it in a way where it does both. So in essence, the camera records and powers itself.
Yeah, no battery.
No battery.
No plug-in.
No plug-in, no nothing.
Yes.
The issue is that it really, really needs a lot of work, because it looks like your first childhood toy camera minus 20.
You know, it's a prototype developed at a university, but it's kind of exciting to think about that. You know, I know right now the main thing that holds you back when you're filming is that battery life.
Yeah, definitely. Or memory card. But then again, with the video, is like one frame every second, so in black and white.
Yes.
And it couldn't really see a person. It was scary looking. They said it was a creepy video.
It was. It was. So Travis Wade is asking what the difference is between a page and a profile. Basically, a profile. Well, all right. So when they originally came out, the idea was that the profile was for a single person and a page was more for an entity like a business where you'd have multiple people working it. I highly recommend, though, that even if the channel is just you link it to a page instead of a profile, just because then it does open up that channel manager option. The channel manager option, it gives you the ability to give other people permission to like handle your comments or look into your analytics, but they don't have the ability to like delete your channel.
Yeah, that's always a nice thing.
So yeah. We've got Mike Grievous Official asking what advice would you give to one who is a new YouTuber? Connect your YouTube to a Google Plus page.
And then go to Social Blade's YouTube channel. You should already be here, by the way. Check out that playlist linked all the way at the top, because we got YouTube 101, 102, we're producing 103.
Yes, and yes, so 103 is coming out. The advice I'd give you is like you need to be really realistic about your time and your abilities with the camera, and kind of set a schedule and try to stick with it. I know this is like the pot calling the kettle black, because we haven't produced videos, or you guys haven't seen new content coming out on Social Blade recently, and I apologize. That's mostly my fault. I have been really kind of incredibly sick for the past, I want to say, month or so.
Yeah.
And really the guys at Social Blade and Chase, who's been here a couple times, they've really stepped up to help out. Things are getting better now. Basically, I'm sensitive to mold. We no longer have a kitchen because we had to rip it out because there was mold.
We're going to rip it out after the show, too.
Yes,
just for
yes.
those that are interested.
So here we go. Justin Van Dongen asking, how to grow your channel as possible. Astro
Work
Mindfun.
really, really speedy fast.
Yes. So Astro Mindfun says be consistent. Yes. Generally, the more often you upload, the faster you'll grow. That's a general rule. Doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
And be part of the YouTube community. So join live shows and comment. Have several channels that you're a regular commenter on. Never say check out my channel or video. Don't.
A lot of people do that. It's surprising to me. Like, I don't. Is there like some book that says, first thing you should do as a new YouTuber, go post some more, check out my channel, subscribe to me, sub for sub. It really does. In my mind, it's not appealing at all.
Yes. You know, and there are a bunch of people out there that like to do the sub for sub back and forth and check out each other's channels, but you're kind of stuck in that. You're stuck in that niche.
Yeah.
Beyond that, you're not going to grow in the community. Astro Mindfun says #blame Jenna. We actually have an official Blame Dave club. So Ooh. Dave will be very happy to know that there is another club.
#blame Dave.
So other news, let's talk about some GoPro stuff.
GoPro.
We love GoPros.
Yeah. We like to fly them.
Mm-hmm.
We like to take them underwater.
Mm-hmm.
They're very durable. They're fairly cheap and affordable. A few $100s on up. You think that is affordable and cheap. For what they do, though, they're really darn good cameras.
I mean, an example of how rugged these things are, there was a skydiver like over South Africa sometime this last week, I think. He dropped his GoPro and it landed on the ground and a bunch of kids found it. And it survived. It was still filming. That's pretty amazing. And
so they started filming with it. And apparently it was found again. And well, there's videos of it online. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. The other thing with a GoPro, and we actually do have some footage to share, it is public domain because anything done by NASA is public domain. So can we pull that up? So this is footage taken by GoPros in space, on a spacewalk. And oh my gosh, look at that. That is like, it's so incredible. I don't even think it looks real. It looks like a special effect in a movie.
Yeah.
We
were debating like what would happen to the GoPro. Like, does it need a special case to survive? I'm like, if you drop it, it's not going to go anywhere. Nothing's trying to attack it, like eat it. There's no water out there that might destroy it. So probably maybe a gold filter over the lens, but oh my goodness, the view.
Yeah.
And normally when you see NASA footage like this, it's like standard definition, all grainy. This is just crystal clear.
I honestly think this GoPro is getting better footage of space and NASA stuff than probably some of the really expensive cameras they've had sent up there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just a little taste of the footage that they have. If you're interested, you can, of course, just do a search for NASA GoPro on YouTube because the video is public domain. It's all over on a ton of different channels.
No copyright issues.
Yes.
#no copyright.
Yes. And so Astromind Fun says, so every NASA video is in public domain or older ones. Basically, okay, so there are a few different things. Stuff that is created by the government, it's kind of, I don't know if it's technically public domain, but it's okay to use it. It's royalty free. So anything from NASA you can use. So if you ever go to NASA's website, all their images, all their video clips and stuff, you're able to use that because your tax dollars have helped pay for it. Same thing, anything coming out of Antarctica. Because Antarctica, there's a treaty where all these images and videos taken Antarctica, because it's part of government-funded research, you can use that. It's royalty-free. So yeah. So we have here, let's see here. Driver Films, he has an old GoPro. He says they're not too bad. They're sandproof, waterproof, and rockproof. Yes.
Rockproof? I've seen some people.
Wait a second.
I've seen some people drop the GoPro and it hadn't survived too well. You know, also, I think you know where that Africa camera came from? Our producer had a quadcopter and it kind of flew away. Maybe it just flew to Africa.
The drone, like his DJI, maybe it just flew to Africa and then dropped the GoPro.
Yeah.
I somehow think, that would be an example of something that is not possible because of short battery life.
Oh, I found a way. I found a way.
So, Fernando is crazy, says NASA deleted my comment when I said there's structures on the moon.
What?
Your username is Fernando is crazy. I don't feel like I need to comment more on that. So, besides that, we also have, what else do we have? All right, YouTube has very quietly, very sneakily removed a link on your accounts.
What? Why would they do that?
The ability to officially connect your Facebook to your YouTube.
Facebook and YouTube are fighting.
Yes, Facebook, because of some of the new video features they've been releasing, they're probably going to give YouTube a little bit of a run for its money.
Hashtag breakup.
Yeah. And speaking about breakups, Instagram, who of course is owned by Facebook, because don't all these companies all own each other anyway?
Apparently so.
So it has clarified its rules recently. So you guys are going to have to be a little more careful on Instagram. Not that any of you are doing this anyhow, but you're no longer allowed to post any sort of revenge porn pictures.
I was quite sure that
I
porn
thought
in
that was,
general, porn in general is not allowed there.
I thought that was already in the rules. I was surprised when I saw that.
So for those that have created their channel on them, good luck.
So let's see here. Yes, hashtag breakup. All right, what else is going on? All right, so something else I wanted to talk to you guys about today, a quick YouTube tip, was going to be about that closed captioning on your YouTube channel. This doesn't work too well for gamers because you guys tend to have long videos where you ramble on about stuff and it takes a lot of time to close caption them. But if you're doing vlogs or how-to videos, closed captioning, it really adds a lot of metadata to your video that then becomes searchable. And it's super relevant data. So that's one plus. The other plus to it is that it opens up your channel to not only the hard of hearing community, which is huge on YouTube, but people who speak other languages. All right. So I don't know if you guys realize this, but you can go on any video on YouTube and get subtitles. So no matter what language that video is in, you can get subtitles in your own language.
Now,
but
how about this? What if you type in manually the closed captions in English, and then somebody from a different language wants them? Does it auto-translate it?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I hope it doesn't use Google Translate because...
Well, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but I have tested this out on several videos in some different languages, translating some videos from Portuguese into English and from English into French because I can actually understand those subtitles. So we were just running some tests on it, and it's understandable. Now, if you're relying on YouTube's auto-generated captions, though, yeah.
Forget it.
I mean, those don't make sense in your own language. It's not going to make sense in another language.
Going back to more comments here.
We have, let's see here. Okay. Me and Main Dog. Or Main Dog. I'm going to say me and
What
Main
up,
Dog.
Main Dog?
Yes. He says on his YouTube channel, he has over 100 subs, but when he goes to the site and sees his stuff there aren't any subscribers. You may have your subscribers set to private. So that is going to be in your channel settings. Make sure you have that set to public. Social Blade can only pull public data from YouTube. So if that's set to private, we'll show that you don't have any subscribers.
eBay the Best wants us to scream his name to each other. Our audio technician behind the cameras would probably hit us in the face if we screamed because he has the headphones on. So we're not going to do that.
Alex, the PKMNT I'm guessing Pokemon trainer. Can you live stream on iOS? Do you mean like on a Mac or on iPad? Or like right now, our live stream is being run through a bunch of technology, including a Mac.
PCs, Macs.
Yes.
So yeah, it works.
All right. Okay, SB says, Dave,
Yo.
do you like apples and would you consider yourself a member of the inner circle of the Illuminati?
I like PCs and cubes, companion cubes. Unless they make a companion triangle.
All right, here we go. Livid Zeon, why are all my closed captions rude?
Maybe you typed them.
Or maybe what you're saying is rude. Okay. Let's see. Going past a bunch of stuff. Somebody's saying we're picky for partnership. Do you want to tell them a bit about partnership, what the requirements are?
Yeah, so the new partnership program, which is backed by Broadband TV and sort of our own network now at Social Blade, would basically require a few things. And it's the same view requirement of 500 views per month. However, as always, most people don't know this, you can't have any copyrighted content. I mean, that's sort of obvious to me because, like, that's a violation of YouTube. So you can't have copyrighted content. Third-party content is sort of the same thing because the way that the members at the network check the channels, they have no way of knowing if third party is content strike or something like that. So they will not allow you in either way. And I think there's also, don't quote me on this, there's also things like if you're just cussing left and right and you're just a very rude channel or pushing some sort of limitations, they're not going to accept you in either. So they're really a network that wants to be an active, friendly community. And honestly, if you're getting 500 views per month average, according to Social Blade or your analytics or whatever, you can apply at socialblade.com/apply, I think. So,
yes.
Yeah.
So we also got a question about somebody noticing that they've been moved out of MakerGen and into Social Blade Legacy.
Yes. So going back to the partner program, we had a referral program to Maker Studios, MakerGen, RPM Network, whatever they wanted to call themselves at the time. So once we switched to Broadband TV to back us with a partnership, we moved everyone into a legacy group. Now, we're not going to actually leave you guys off the side and leave you strangling off the edge of a cliff, but the ability to end your contract after that means that you could actually apply again to us in the Social Blade partnership directly, which means you'd be under Broadband TV. You get a bunch of benefits. I just recently logged into Viso Catalyst, which the network offers, and they got some things to offer improvements on your channel, including thumbnails, tags, descriptions, and titles improvements. So really cool stuff there. If you want to learn more, go back to a live show a few weeks back when we had Ergo and a bunch of people on Broadband TV. It was pretty much after the Broadband TV announcement. We had a live show the same day, and he talked more in detail on this.
All right. So Meryl's Gamer is asking, what does he do when a company that doesn't exist claims the copyright? Appeal it.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. I mean, your options in terms of a copyright are pretty much to say, yeah, okay, you're right, or appeal it and say you're wrong. Those are your only options, unfortunately. All right. Okay. I am going to... All right. We get nervous. Like, in the chat, a lot of you guys are now saying, can you say... we get nervous about saying things that you guys ask us to say because we don't know what you're going to do with the video afterwards. So no, we're not going to say stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
I can say hello, though.
Hi! All right, let's see. What else? Okay. Why can't I find myself on Social Blade? That's a good one.
There's an FAQ on this. Shocker. So go to, I think it's at the bottom of the page or the top of the page is an FAQ that explains what the multiple things that could be going wrong. Basically, if you have a /channel / in your URL and you got the UC blah, 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 take out the UC, copy that random string of characters, and then search that. Mm-hmm. If you have a /C URL, go to your channel from that, go to the About tab or something, and then it should change to /channel/ and then do the same thing without the UC. Or if you just keep running into issues, before making a support ticket at support.socialblade.com, make sure that your subscriber count is not hidden. It has to be, everything has to be public. so we can track it because we track public information. But if you're still running into issues, the Contact Us button at the top of the website will allow you to make a support ticket, and I will be able to help you with that today.
Yes. So we've got Chev Va Community. There's a lot of A's there. Says, what are you thinking? Can my channel get verified status? Getting verified is kind of tricky.
Yeah, a lot of people keep seeing that we are verified, and they think that we could just give it away.
No.
We can't.
Nope.
We knew a person of a person of a person that sort of hinted that we should have it, and then Google was like, maybe, and they maybe kind of gave it to us, but there's no application process for it, really, so.
Yeah. We do have some people pointing out that, like with the Freedom Network, they have much lower requirements for getting in. Why don't we open up and do that as well? Basically, we offer different support on the back end than Freedom does. And because of that, we've decided that we need to set the requirements to become a partner a little bit higher, just because we want to make sure that when you guys partner with us, that you are serious YouTubers, that this isn't something you just started and are going to quit in a week or two.
Yeah, there's also the fact that, I mean, if you have a network that's open with 20 views a day and you can just apply right there, the fact is that that network is going to be flooded with people. They're not going to be able to help anyone. So we do have a great support staff both here at Social Blade and at Broadband TV. Yeah. And when you make a support request or something, or you just need some help with the automated system, you're able to get assistance right away.
Yes. Fernando is Crazy is saying, would Dave and Jenna consider doing shows longer than 30 minutes? Time flies too fast watching your live shows.
No, we thought about it.
We have thought about it, and like there are some shows where we're like, man, we could have gone on for another 15 minutes. Yeah. And then there's other shows that are like
and now I feel like I've been talking for 4 days.
Yes. SB wants to know if Social Blade's a very gamer-friendly place. He knows games are copyrighted, so would you have any ways to avoid strikes? There are best practices in place to avoid strikes. Things like making sure the music is off on the game. Check with the game publisher to see what their Let's Play policies are, what they will allow and what they won't allow. So those are basic things that you can do. That is something that, well, and I would say Social Blade is gamer friendly. We have a lot of gamers in our network.
Yeah.
Here we go. NH Tech says you should make a video about how to make the cool background that's behind you.
We should. But if we even like record it or look at it or breathe on it, it blinks and it goes crazy.
All right, so the background behind us, it's basically some shelves with a bunch of random knickknacks I bought at a bunch of different places. And then we took LED strip lights, I took LED strip lights, wired them together with tons and tons of electrical tape.
It's actually 3 different systems, so you can change colors.
Yes, and so the remote, I have a remote here. It's not super accurate, but we can change the color.
Woo, I like that.
So there we go. We just changed the color of
red and purple. 2
of them. So when we want to change the color on just one of them, we usually have to go up and like press the little IR things to make sure we don't.
Somebody's OCD is like flaring right now. They're like, it's purple on one side and red on Sorry.
Excuse me. All right. Let's see. How do I increase my viewers on Photoshop videos tutorial apart from improving the quality of my videos? Big thing is going to be your metadata, your title, your description, and like we said earlier, closed captioning, especially on tutorials. That closed caption can get you a huge boost, but you want to make sure that in your title you're always using the word like tutorial or how to or something like tips and tricks. And then in your description you want to be really clear, be like this is a Photoshop, and then tell the Photoshop version, tutorial on how to, and then be really descriptive. That'll help you get into more searches.
He also says that, sorry if his English is bad, he's French, so if you're really if you're fluent on one side or the other of the language barrier, pick one and stick with it, but you've got to be really clear and understanding of what you're telling people. So pronunciation is really important, keeping it upbeat, but also don't go too advanced. People tend to go way too advanced from the start rather than starting with the basics like the menu bars and all that. And I'm talking from somebody like myself that has done multiple tutorials on software for production meetings over the years, and it's really, you really have to break it down and think from somebody brand new, what is their viewpoint on the software? What do they need to know?
Mm-hmm. And it also just it's gonna take some time.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
part of it too. Now we have people arguing over the color of the background. Okay.
It should be green. It should be green.
All right, I love this username. Mr. Pixel Tree becomes part of the Pixel Nation says, "What's the CPM you offer percent-wise of the money you earn?" We do a
CPM. It's a rev share split. So we start everyone off at 70/30 if you're getting any standard views. So that's a step up from the RPM network that you guys were in previously through us. If you're getting 100,000 views per month, you're at an 80/20, I believe it is. And then 1,000,000 views plus, you get 90/10. And that is, your contract may say something like 70/30 by default, but it is a flexible thing. So don't think that once you've signed something, you're locked into that. You do step up as you get more views. So
yes, and I see people also asking where we are right now. And Mr. Vlogger Frog said it's Dave's man cave. We offered Dave to let this be his man cave, and he refused.
They said something about converting a garage into a cage. I had to deny.
No, Dave lives in an apartment. This is my basement.
So yeah.
So
we converted it into a studio. It looks really darn fancy, actually. Jay's back there behind the cameras. We did a studio tour one day, so you guys can sort of see. I think it was a month or two back, the studio tour and all the equipment that we had. It was really, really fancy.
Yes, but here we've been on for over 30 minutes. It is time to say goodbye until next week.
Oh, but I don't want to go.
Oh, wait. Fernando's crazy. He's asking about the bird cam.
Bird
Dave,
cam.
you want to grab the bird cam behind you?
We have a bird cam? Oh my goodness.
This was a white elephant gift. It's a birdhouse. So, got it for Christmas, had no idea what to do with it, and we're like, oh, hey, he'll work on the set.
Camera on set.
Yes, because I don't want to hang it outside and have birds poop in it.
I'm filming you.
All right, and so with that, we are going to say so long. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us again next week.
After you hit that subscribe button.
Yes, subscribe. All right, bye.
Bye.
Guys.